All right, guys, so apologies for the speed here, but we are actually catching up to live time. We have Miguel versus Saymyname, and for these two players, wins are crucial. Saymyname comes in here week 3 with 1 win, I believe, and I think that win was against Doubt. He got 3-0'd by the Viper. Miguel comes in with 2 wins. He went 2-1 against Classic Pro, and then he lost 3 games versus Doubt. So I don't know how far along these guys are. I imagine it might be like 15, 20 minutes. My apologies. But certainly with the games to come, week 3, you're going to want to have at least 3 wins, I think. So keep an eye on it. We've got Gurjaras for Saymyname. We've got the Chinese for Miguel. And we'll talk about drafts and everything once we have the time. But yeah, this is super speedy right now. We're going to have a scout war. Scouts for both. Gurjaras, OP, blah, blah, blah. Chinese, also OP, blah, 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 but not news, so I don't complain about it as much. Blah, 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 blah. Forging on the way for Miguel. I think we're arriving at live time. Hey, there we go. See, not bad, not bad, not bad. So far, no eco damage was done. Chinese, cheaper techs. Miguel didn't get his wood upgrade, though. It kind of feels like that's one that he would think that he's researched. And more spearmen here for Saymyname in defense, but now you have to worry a little bit because the scouts are out with upgrades. We will see if Saymyname... Man, it's so slow now. Oh, geez. We'll see if Saymyname gets upgrades as well. I think with the blacksmith coming up, he will. Overall, I think this is an even matchup, but I think I would prefer the Gurjaras. I was saying that I would prefer to play against the Chinese than the Gurjaras, which I think says a lot about where I view the Gurjaras at right now. 300 some food in the bank right now for Saymyname. Obviously, does not have the powerful farms like the Chinese do, though. Let me see. Did we miss a lane by chance? No, he's just got his standard 8 sheep or turkeys inside of that mill there. Both players playing very safe right now. And very even. 7 scouts versus 5. Got 5 spearmen versus 6. And it's kind of decision-making time on if you think Castle Age is realistic or if you want to produce more army at this stage. I think Miguel will take this fight, get the hits, not feel satisfied with the results on this one. This is what I meant. Now that upgrades are in, suddenly a couple spearmen don't look as strong. And here he comes, and there's actually not a gap there, so they have to loop around right towards those vills. Miguel must be busy at home right now. And oh my god, Saymyname with the micro. Is this worth it, though? I don't know if that's worth it. I think this is going to be a lot better for Miguel. And Miguel is going to love this situation now. Should get at least a villager kill. It's funny, I'm seeing that these two are so far apart. Like, Brazil versus Vietnam is probably the highest lag you're going to see due to what server they play on. I forget what server they would end up using. But anyways, it's tricky. The micro wasn't maybe quite as clean as both players would want. Saymyname just shoring up his walls on these annoying little wood lines. Still will click up to the next stage. Did lose all of his army, though. And Miguel is just getting wheelbarrow. I mean, it seems like they play this similarly. The fact that Saymyname is going to be up is pretty insane here. But also, he doesn't have the control, and boom, loses the second vill. And Miguel still can do plenty of work with these scouts. I think whatever they're playing on, it's most likely going to be like 200 plus ping for one of them. I believe so. But I could be wrong. I don't actually have that memorized. But I got to speak to a team with Miguel in events recently, right? And we're trying to find servers when we played a Vietnamese team. And that was kind of the thing I realized there. Anyways, more villagers going down. And Miguel is making Saymyname pay for not having the army numbers and for losing those scouts. So for Saymyname, the fancy little micro here actually ended up looking quite poor in the end. Would have loved to have some scouts harassing, I'm sure. But the nice thing is, he's lost 3 vills, but he'll be in Castle Age so much faster that he could easily recover. And, you know, could open up with maybe some Servamsha riders or some camels. Could drop a second town center and just catch up. So I don't think there's that big a difference, but man, Miguel. Really showing what you can do with a few scout numbers. Also, a bit novice of ACCM. Did I say ACCM? God, someone in chat said, let's take a drink every time T90 calls Say My Name ACCM. And I swear I would have been fine until that person in chat did it. I'm not gonna make any more mistakes on that, all right? I promise. But shoot, what was I gonna say? Now I distracted myself. I don't even know what I was gonna say. Okay, my apologies. I was talking about town centers and how he's gonna be able to add town centers to catch up. Oh, I was talking about the spearmen. Yeah, so now he's fixed it. But normally you want to group spearmen in different spots. You don't actually want to chase with spearmen. You want to just have the spearmen in areas to keep yourself protected if the scouts arrive. It's more of a beginner move to chase so much. Miguel looking for damage. Say My Name gets the walls. So Miguel now is going to see TC number 1. I guess that's 2. He loops back to the gold. He does not see this one. Seems like he's going to be walled here. We'll have the resources to add town centers as well. But like we mentioned, I would expect for Say My Name to actually maybe even gain the lead with villagers. But 3 TCs is pretty tough right now. If he wants to make army as well. And so the Sravamsha rider is good against archers. I mean, it's amazing against archers. And it's good for raids. They're actually better than you think in some melee engagements as well. But it's not necessarily the unit that's going to be the long term here, I think. Miguel not having the wood upgrade is going to frustrate him. I believe he thought that he had that. So we'll see if he gets the Castle Age one. It's especially bad when you're Chinese with cheaper techs. Scouts went in here, still being active with the scouts. Here he is with the camels, though. Researching husbandry won't help you catch these things. But I love how Say My Name is just double-checking, keeping Miguel honest. We did see yesterday that they destroyed Palisades really quickly. And this is the second series where Miguel is playing up against the Gujaras in the first game. I have to look at the draft after this to see what he's banning. But obviously has the Chinese here. And he'll know how strong the Chinese are. We have a close game, guys. Again, Say My Name with 1 win going into round 3. Miguel with 2. Feels like whoever wins this series, feeling a whole lot more comfortable before they would move on to face someone. I think they both have to play Jordan. I think they both have to play Doubt. Or am I wrong on that? No, Miguel played Doubt already. Trying to go through the results in my head. Actually, husbandry has helped out a great deal here. And maybe that is an upgrade that Say My Name will need to get. And Miguel able to expand now with this town center. I love it. We do have monks for both players as well for conversions and then for relics. Mongols are banned. Okay, Mongols being banned I guess makes sense because there's a lot of hunt on this map. That's a good guess. I can look it up after this. I just, we were behind, so I wanted to catch up with this series. What do you think about Sravamsha riders in team games? Well, in theory, they're supposed to be bad. They're not great in team games because they should be countered by knights. But I think Gujaras right now are good enough where you could actually go for camels and Sravamshas mixed in a team game, and it can be very strong. Normally in a team game, if you make something that isn't a knight or an archer in like a standard Arabia game, whatever that thing is, it gets countered by a gold unit on the other side. So like, let's say you go skirms. Skirms get countered by knights. You go pikemen. Pikemen get countered by archers. Camels. Low pierce armor gets countered by crossbow. But I think, though while you still have some of those problems, I think it's not near as bad because you can mix it up. Oh, wow. Good fight here for Miguel. And Miguel took a monk out in that engagement. Now, his camels will lose the camel ward. That's where this gets tricky because Gurjara camels do more bonus damage. Robo says Mongols were not banned. Say My Name chose to use Gurjaras over the Mongols. Ah. Well, that tells you something. That tells you something. A map with 100 deer. And he said, not really interested in the Mongols. Screw your hunt bonus. I agree with the decision. I agree with that decision. So far, how this game has gone, though, this is anyone's game. Chinese are absolutely top tier. There's no question on any map that incorporates mainly land. And so far, 2 relics for Miguel. And we are going to see this rider here go and try and pick off this monk. And instead he rides away. Now, Miguel's TC on stone. You'll notice villagers going to stone now for Saymyname. So both players kind of standard timing for stone. And they're thinking about the long term and dropping castles. Miguel looking for monks and say goodbye to the scouts. Not the end of the world, obviously. And he is going to get relic number 5 here. Or relic number 3 for him, sorry, but that's the 5th relic collected. Yeah, okay. So, this is where Saymyname says, I need to flood camels. Because my camels own right now. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to add more stables. And I would actually love to see him move out right now as well. For Miguel, if it's against any other civ, this is fine. 15 camels versus 18. You have a few monks for conversions. But that 50% bonus damage is absolutely insane. And I would be worried if I were Miguel to move out if I knew that there were more camels coming. But he doesn't necessarily know that. He will go for a conversion here, which he should get. Yep, he gets it. That's nice. And now, Saymyname knows that the army's there. And so what Miguel needs to do, this is an important moment in the game. You do not take the fight, and you get conversions. You do not take the fight, and I think you back away. Now, I've taken a lot of fights against Gurjara camels, so I am very opinionated on that. And I have seen Gurjara camels win by a landslide. But apparently, Saymyname, he doesn't quite think that he's there yet. Miguel also got the conversion there, which helped. I think Saymyname, excuse me, might just be waiting for his own monks. Miguel is dropping a castle at home. He will get another conversion here, which is awesome. Is this a fight you want to take? Now, I had to question whether or not camels do bonus damage against camels, guys. In a matchup I played the other day. This is a bad fight. Oh, it's a landslide. It should be a landslide victory for Saymyname. It's even a bad fight if there's not that additional bonus damage, I think. Maybe just not expecting the amount of production there. And now, you have to think, if you're in the Gurjara player's position, you have to think, okay, what will they go to? And currently, it looks like it's going to be some Chukunu for Miguel. I would be a little hesitant to make Chukunu against a civilization that has stable upgrades already and can make that Shravamsha rider. Also has a few leftover spears. I think he's just trying to get this castle up safely. And Saymyname is going to drop the castle forward. If you make pikemen in Miguel's position, it can be countered by the chakram thrower. If you make archers, it's countered by the Shravamsha. And if you make camels, the opponent can, well, they can make other things too, but they just make their own camels. I said with Sicilians as well, with the 50%. Oh my god, wait a second. Does Saymyname see this? Saymyname, you could lose your castle foundation. You could lose your castle foundation. Ah! Oh, he's so lucky. He deleted it. The first shot actually went on the Vill. Yikes. These Vills are making a run for it, by the way. They're destined to die. And look, now he just clicks up right after this. What a crazy position Saymyname finds himself in. The worry for Miguel is I'm not sure what army he's going to make here. It looks like Chukunu is the answer. He does have the castles. He does have those relics. And he will be in the Imperial Age faster. These villagers still running around. We'll see if they play a role or if they're spotted. I see army running over there, so I think Saymyname knows about it. Now, this castle is now a really big target. And this could start to be... There could be some problems, potentially, right now. This castle. So I think Saymyname, as good as those camels did, he made a lot of them. He got a lot of upgrades, and that did cost a lot of food. Delayed his imp time. And so Miguel can open up with trebuchets here. And if he opens with trebs, I'm not sure about the treb from the right castle. Would have preferred the treb from here. He can push this down. Now what this does do is actually, hold on a second. Okay, those villagers are just sneakily taking this stone. That's amazing for Miguel. But what this castle does do for Saymyname is it does give him time to think about his next unit. And Miguel is kind of pushed back. And so the beauty, guys, is that normally if you have a unit that counters cav, like a camel, and then they start to go archers, you need a different building. Okay? In most cases, if you want to counter cav and also counter archers, you're creating out of a different building and you need different upgrades, right? So let's say you need skirms or something. You have to add ranges, which is a lot of wood, and then you get the upgrades, which is a lot of resources, and then the units themselves cost a lot of resources. Kurjaras don't have that problem because Kurjaras can just use stable units. This is before we talk about how cheap the Shravamsha is, and then the unique tech, which makes all the units cheaper. So Saymyname actually has confidence that he can hold this position, and with Castle Age units, against Imperial Age units, he dives, and he leaves. 1, 2, maybe 3 Shravamshas go down the entire time. He is now in Imp. Miguel with the castle to protect the left side of his base. I don't know what Miguel makes. Honestly. I think that if you just open with full Shravamshas here, I think that you... actually, no, I don't know, man. That's a lot of fortifications. That's a lot of fortifications. So, 160 pop for Miguel, 185 for Saymyname. Would love to have seen his unique tech. Miguel is just... He's got 4 castles to deal with 1 right now. He's like, bring it on. Also, again, this is a big deal. Looks like it's been spotted now. Saymyname will kill that. But, okay, Frontier Guards. Frontier Guards coming in. And then we also have Rocketry. Love the fact we're seeing unique techs. Rocketry really affects it really helps the Chukunu. And Frontier Guards gives additional melee armor to the camels. He's not going to complete that, guys. He is not going to complete that tech. He will need to make another castle. He has one at home. Probably not the spot to research your unique tech if you're Saymyname. Okay, so you have to worry about the Shravamshas. You know what I'd love to see Miguel do? Get heavy camel. Make more camels. Maybe send the camels out of this castle. I think he's forgotten. If you go camel, you're actually doing... You have good units out there to counter the enemy camels. We'll see what the Chukunu do. I'm really curious. I've not seen Chukunu up against the Shravamshas because the Shravamshas kind of soak up some shots. But the Chukunus do a lot of damage. Miguel with how many castles now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still getting stoned. 7. And he's ready. Frontier Guards will be in. Elite Shravamsha Rider will be in as well. That's a lot of camels, man. Oh, jeez. But the melee armor does not affect... That does not help them against Chukunu. Melee armor helps against the camels. So I think we have S tier versus S tier. Some of the best civs for land maps right now. Also, Miguel's Chukunu are trapped. That sucks. They're up against each other here. And it is going to be an absolute duel, man. Tons of HP here for Saymyname's units. And he's fighting before the final armor upgrade. But he's hoping the additional melee armor will be helpful. I think Miguel, he's worried about what he can do against these stable units. And he's gone for the Chukunu. He had some of his own camels. And now he's falling back. And he's going to put his trebuchets here to maybe try and take out the trebuchet from Saymyname. But the Chukunu, so far, are looking like they're able to do it on their own. Now, this is the tech I wanted to see earlier for Saymyname. Because that actually makes the food costs in all your units cheaper. And when you've got 60 on food, and you just need stables, you could just spam, spam, spam. It's kind of like Goths and how they can spam so easily. It's the same thing, except your units get discounted and they... Well, it's not the same thing at all. Civ's just insane, man. Miguel has 7 castles and 3 relics right now, and I don't see how I can win the game. What in the world? No, I'm kidding. He can obviously win the game. He has to start by pushing down the castles from Saymyname. What I'm struggling to see is how he can ever take control over this one instead of reacting all the time. I actually... So I've said this a lot. I think a unit that you want to go for against the Gurjaras is the Halbs. And yes, the Chakram Throwers are out there and they're options to be able to deal with... to be able to deal with the Halbs, but the chakrams require a lot of castles, and it forces them to actually switch into a different production building. Saymyname sniped the trebuchet there. I think Miguel could give up on this castle if he really wanted to, but yeah, he's got to get some trebs over there. Also, a big thing for Miguel right now is that he has 9 camels inside of this castle, and he has not realized. That would be helpful to chase this down. Who knows if it would be enough, but it's at least some pop that he's not using right now. Couple Chukano here. You've got to think that'll be short-lived. This unit here, slowly. I mean, some of them will die to the castle, maybe. Miguel getting upgrades, catching up there. 36 Chukano. They're not really all together, though. They did a lot of chasing, but they had to. And man, are these Shravamshas fast. And yeah, this is... Actually, there's Halbs there now. That should be better. But now the chakrams do pass-through damage, so you just have a few chakrams, and then the Halbs get taken care of. So I've gone Halb before against the Gurjaras, and I've lost them all to chakrams, but at least you're forcing Saymyname to make something other than stable units, right? No surprise that Miguel's out of stone when he's made this many castles. Question now is, can he take out the castle from Saymyname? And can he deal with these constant raids? It must be so annoying for him. And he will take out the castle. That's huge. I know that the Gurjaras are very strong. And they are very strong, particularly against... Oh, God, the Trebs. But they're very strong, particularly against the ranged units. But if you cannot make these chakram throwers, are you going to have what it takes to stop the Chukanu and the Halbs? And can you raid? It's not easy to raid. Now, you could go Hussar. That costs... someone do the math on how much food it would cost for Hussar. You actually get full Hussar. So, I would say maybe consider it for raids. But Miguel's not going to let it get to that point. Miguel's going for the death ball push right now. You say my name. Has shown us how strong the Gurjaras can be, but Miguel has been all about the macro play with the Chinese. We saw camels. We've seen Chukonu. We've got the Halbs now, and he's just going to go right in for the castle. I think he just needs to be careful. He needs to protect his trebs. I'm not sure about having the Halbs underneath. Most likely he's doing other things. But what you don't want is to lose your Halbs and then have the Shravamshas show up. And that's precisely what's happening. Look at those things. Lycav in. The Lycav will melt. Skirms now for Say My Name. We have stables for Miguel because he's thinking he needs something to counter skirms. He could lose his own castle here. He's going to lose his Treb. Oh, man. But he could take out the Trebs from Say My Name. He's like, no, you say my name. I'm your daddy. Sorry, that was weird. And Miguel, now he's going to shift over to this hill. Also, lovely Lycav raids in multiple areas. Swinging 2 Lycav here could kill 10 to 15 Vils. The other Lycav are on the farms. To say my name's clearly focused right here. He's now using his Treb up against the Trebs from Miguel. Miguel catching up on some upgrades. Couple camels. They'll die to the castle fire. Lycav still gone unchecked, guys. The Lycav has still gone unchecked. But no, the Shravamshas. Oh, God. They're going to go in. And can they take out the Trebs? They're on fire. Miguel, repair. Honestly, that's a lot of skirmishers. That is a lot of skirmishers to have out right now. But it's still more Trebs for Miguel. And the Lycav is the perfect addition. Gurjaras would need to have camels in this situation, I think, to deal with that Lycav mass. Oh, man, this is adding up. This is adding up, guys. I think Say My Name's falling apart here. Remember, Miguel, he allowed Mongols and Gurjaras to be free. He did not seem to care about banning either of them. He picks the Chinese, a solid civilization here. He's trying to beat this civ. It's so difficult to beat this civilization. Well, it's difficult to beat both civilizations. Positive for me, again, is that Miguel can't be raided as easily. Now, the Hussars could eventually make it in, but if you look at all these castles, Miguel has the control, also has 3 relics. It's also very similar, this KD. 269 versus 269. How is this castle not down yet? My God. There we go, finally. It will be Chukanu and Lycav How many Shravamshas are in there? Well, there was one. One Shravamsha, Saymyname, using his skirms to pick off the Chukunu. Chinese do not get help. They do get full attack, though, which Grajaras do not get. And, guys, I think the raids have caught up a little bit here with Saymyname. There's a lot of farms that are vacant. He's going to try his best to get control over the game again. And there's opportunities for that. But this is the death ball push. And Miguel has found the 9 camels, I think. Yeah. 20 minutes later, he's found the 9 camels. Which would actually be very nice to have right now. Against mainly Skirmisher and Hussar. And the gold is running out. It's a fair assessment. But I think Miguel could steal some of this. Having that extra relic is nice. And also, Grajaras, not the best in a trash war if they can't get Halberdier. And look what the castles will accomplish. This is so helpful. Because otherwise, these raids would be a problem. And we have buildings over here for Miguel. Now, I did speak to Miguel about another set where he played Saymyname recently. Now, it was in RMS Cups qualifier. And I think he won 3-2 after going down 2 games, so he beat Saymyname. I said, like, nice comeback or something and just congratulated him. And he said that he should beat Saymyname 3-0 if the maps are standard. That's what he said. He's like, I think I should beat him 3-0 if the maps are standard. He will want desperately to 3-0 him here because the Group A is really, really tight. And he gets the first win there. Wow, what a game, though. What a game. So let's think about this. So I talked a lot about what the Grajaras have potential to do. Let's talk about what Saymyname could have done differently. And still, I think we're figuring out this Civ. So I think this castle was okay. It's not great, right? He didn't know his opponent was on the way to Imp. He flooded the map with a lot of camels, which I like. But I thought this castle was okay. What I didn't like was how he tried to research techs in it and also tried to make trebs out of it, and he didn't really know what to do. So I think in his mind, he was thinking, I need to win up the middle. When in reality, that whole time, Miguel was just trying to take the sides. So I think you kind of forced Miguel to go into a defensive position, which Miguel had done, right? Miguel was sitting right between these castles waiting. And then during that span, I think you have to deny resources on the sides. I think that's the important thing. Miguel getting this castle up, he didn't have military to defend this. Miguel getting this castle up, didn't have military to defend it. This one was much later, I think. But there's just a couple castles that Miguel was able to build when he didn't have the military. And then, like, I think then Miguel is more exposed to the raids. Like, this whole left side would be exposed. He would need wood. This right side, he would need wood. Because that's where a lot of the wood is. The wood is towards the middle. I thought the unit comp itself was fine. I just think that Miguel made the right switches at the proper times. And while it looked tough at moments, Chinese, they're old, so we're used to it. Maybe people need to talk about how strong that Civ is. Miguel also macroed fantastically well in this game. He didn't collect as many resources, but still, more wood, more gold, and more stone. I guess it was the food that separated them. And a 1.29 KD is not too shabby for the Brazilian. Okay, game 2. So, in review of Saymayname's current situation, and actually, I'm going to go boom, 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 little spacing, and that looks better. Saymyname has 1 win, guys. 1 win. He won a game against Doubt. And whereas Miguel did not get any wins against Doubt, which makes this whole group stage food chain interesting the more you think about it. But Miguel did get 2 wins against Classic Pro, whose Saymyname is yet to play. And Classic Pro then took a game off of Viper earlier. And Miguel didn't get any win. Miguel didn't play Viper yet, actually. Anyways, it is 1 win in total for Saymyname throughout the whole group at this point. And then for Miguel, it would be 3. So it would certainly make the group more tight and interesting if Saymyname could even it up here. If he wins 2 straight, let's say, then Miguel and Saymyname would be tied. After the start, Miguel has gone for Malians. Saymyname has gone for the Hindustanis. I've said a lot that the Hindustanis are not a civilization that I necessarily think are classified as hybrid. But they have so many bonuses that you should probably pick them anywhere you can get them. Geez, even on Arena, Hindustanis would be good. Is there a single map in this map pool where Hindustanis are not a solid pick? They're definitely not as situational as the Gurjaras or the Chinese. Maybe that's part of the benefit of having them. Malians, though, their wood buildings are discounted. So from their houses to their docks to their TCs, anything they make that costs wood, it's 15% off. And so that makes them directly good on the map where you're going to build a lot of wood buildings. And we are going to see a dock for Miguel. Overall, honestly, I think I prefer the Hindustanis, though. Having the cheaper vills is very nice, but it'll come down to how Miguel is able to utilize the hybrid aspect of this map. And there's a lot of wood towards the center. That's generally the focus on land. And, ooh, Miguel. Take these 2 llamas with him. But I think Saymyname knew they were there. I think he used his llama on the right to scout. And now he's like, wait a second. Where did they go? I thought I saw llamas. And he's going to run this way and try and find his llamas. Valley, the link is in chat if you don't want spoiled results. And hey, Saymyname. Oh, man, they both have missed llamas. Llama, 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 llama. 14 eco for both. In theory, Miguel gets the dock up slightly faster. Yep, so Miguel should have a slight lead. Good work from him there. Wondering if, in theory, it's easier for Miguel to also mix in the barracks and the stable or whatever building he wants as a follow-up bit easier. But guys, with the way this map is positioned, if he knows that his opponent is located where he is, I feel like it's a really good strategy to just try and sneak onto his pond. Now, in general, not to comma, I'm not sure I would suggest that because sometimes the opponent may be here and then they dock in the north and it's hard to sneak there. It's better to go for land presence. But look, he just doesn't know where his opponent is. Now, this is weird to me because he found the llamas here. So maybe a part of him thought those were his own llamas and that Saymyname just stole them. But this doesn't fit the situation for me. I don't think you would ever find your llamas out here. He was very close to the wood line, so I don't think he's actually going to go for that strat. And then Saymyname saw the llamas were running this direction, sees the gold, sees the house, sees the dock, and he could seize the day and send a villager. Again, I don't know if that necessarily suits the map all the time, but it might make sense here. So it is interesting to see some random... Is this a bot promoting their Twitch page? What are you doing, bro? Hey, I hope your streams go well, though. I hope your streams go well. I don't think that... unless you're playing Age of Empires, which I doubt you are, I don't think this is the place. But thanks for showing up. I wish you luck on the grind. Okay. So again, Miguel's scouting so weird. He's checked this shoreline. He's like, hey, where's the dock? I don't understand. Where's the dock? Walling up a little bit, sending villagers, including a weak one, out to the wood line. Saymyname sees everything. He sees the wood line. He sees the dock. He sees the gold. Saymyname, though, will not sneak a vill. If anyone was going to do it, I would think it would be Miguel. Look how paranoid he is, though. See how he sent the fishing ship this way to check? Gonna look. Now, I think it's too late for Miguel to decide to sneak the dock. If he was going to send the vill needed to be arriving right now. Let's see if he decides to do it still. Or if he plays into a barracks here. See, look, I think the vill's going. I think it's way too late for this. No. I'm stupid. Sorry, he's going to go for a barracks. Yeah, I'm not the smartest. Okay, barracks is up for Saymyname. Only difference would be the difference in the uptime. And just one fishing ship is really the thing that separates the players right now. Miguel is going to see the dock, not the dock, sorry. He saw that already, but the stable. And then he will see the scout. And first hit goes to Saymyname. He now knows what his opponent's doing. He will add a spearman, and he's going range. Actually really like how he has walled in towards his gold here. He's really protected. Whereas Saymayname's base looks really exposed. Ooh, Miguel losing the scout seems a little bad for me. I feel like the opportunity was there to try and bring the... I don't know. Maybe he was trying to take the scout out of position. Because he's going to sneak the villager, but I thought he could have maybe saved that scout. Hey, even second lumber camp for Miguel. Doesn't seem too bothered at the moment. And if you look at Saymyname knew there was a barracks, so in his mind, he's currently thinking that his opponent is not going to go on water. And sneaky, sneaky. If he could just get this dock down, it's going to be so nice. His opponent is not on gold at the moment. Oh, here we have an attack, though. Shouldn't kill a Vil. And Miguel, whoop, gets the dock. So Saymyname seeing this doesn't necessarily help him much to stop it because he's not on gold for his strat. So he can make one fire galley and that's it. Saymyname looking for damage. So far, very close game. Just that scout kill was the kill. The only kill we've seen in this game. Miguel with crazy walls that you never see on this map. Spearman, bonk, gets a hit. Scouts, they think twice about it and do not go in. He's getting fletching now. Miguel will have a fire galley, which could lead to him killing the fish. Skirmishers, though, could win the day, guys. Skirmishers will be out. Fletching's in. The skirmishers can dominate Miguel on land. You do not see villagers killed by skirmishers very frequently, though. So, in theory, I think what happens here for Miguel, as he, getting hit, loses a Vil. In theory, I think the way this plays out is he will add a stable because he should have decent food income. But I don't know, man. It's still going to be really tricky. He's now getting a blacksmith, so he can get fletching for his archers, which always makes sense if you're making archers. But the skirms are already here. We also have a dock over on this side for Saymyname. And Miguel probably not loving life at the moment as he's been dominated by Saymyname and he's forced into a tower. A small little benefit is that Malians do get the... they do get extra pierce armor on their infantry, which kind of helps your spearmen. But I would love to see Miguel at a stable now. It feels like he needs something to deal with these skirms. This is something that happens a lot on a cross. Miguel is very much playing this like cross instead of Atacama, which has a bit more land focus. But it's common to fall behind on land because you focus so much on water, and then you have to leave your berries or some other resource because you just didn't have the control. Yeah, he's actually going to sneak the archers this way, though. This is smart. This separates him from the skirms. And no way! Just passing. He sees the villager. I don't know if he spots the other one. He does. And who knows if he will chase it. But Miguel able to make scouts now. And now Saymyname has to weigh the pros and cons on if he wants to move forward. And Miguel, I think, remembering the villager was there, little paranoid right now. It's actually smart from him not to move out, by the way. The skirms are waiting for him. Think about it, though. Otherwise, these skirms would be moving forward freely. They're not because of the concern that those archers are going to arrive to the wood line. Miguel, I think, is sending the scout this way to see if the pond is being taken. But he's going to see the villager making a tower. I don't know. You could... Oh, geez. Is he going to rush this down with Vils? Oh, boy. This was not what I was thinking when I said he could. He could regret this. What is happening? He is going to take out a scout. My word. He wants to stop the tower with his villagers. He's adding a market, but is this not too risky for you, Miguel? Now, if he had 2 scouts, then it's good, right? And yeah, okay, maybe he'll only lose 1 Vil. If he had 2 scouts, it's good, because he's going to clear up the skirmishers. But despite all the things that could have maybe gone wrong here for Saymyname, I feel like he's really disrupted Miguel. And he will be pretty okay with how this game has gone. He's got 700 food. Miguel's going to buy food now to go to Castle H. Has the skirms pushed back with the scouts. And we are going to see Saymyname click up to the next stage. Can't help but feel like the cheaper Vils has helped. Making sure he had some fish in the north has helped. But he loses his Vil. He'll lose all control. And Miguel says, I must be behind on food. And whoop! Uses the market. Creative plays from Miguel. I like it. Okay, so let's talk about the amount on food right now. We have 20, and 4 of that is fish. And we have 14, and 8 of that is fish for Miguel. So this is nice because you have additional eco units, but this is starting to run out, for example. So what's tricky on these maps is when you start to run out, you want to go fish traps. Otherwise, you have an idle eco unit. And fish traps are 100 wood. So this is why I have always said that I personally prefer... I feel like that it's always worth it to dock. But it's better to transition into land eco, like farms that last a long time. I don't really know, though. I mean, there's pros and cons to it. I can tell you, though, that being able to make stable units that attack 25% faster, in particular the camels, is going to be feeling pretty good if Miguel tries to go just knights. The guy's playing Spider-Man. Oh, he's actually live right now? Will he set up a bot to go around to random channels? Well, you guys like Spider-Man, right? I think you should leave. Double range. At the moment, Saymyname in the dark. He knows that there's scouts. He knew that there were archers, but he also killed a few. So he's not... He might not be expecting the crossbow choice. And I like the crossbow choice for Miguel. Because you do not want to just open knights against this civilization. Oh, Miguel into the wood line. It's such a crazy time to move out, right? Because it's right before he gets upgrades. So he's bold to be here. But he's getting the kills he needs. He does need to track this, though. We'll see if he does. He's dropped the tower. I think he knows something's up. Loses the scout. Archer's getting more kills. Eco KD 7-2 right now. Will be 8-2. Could be more. Crossbow and Bodkin will be in a moment. And Saymyname falling apart a little bit. TC goes up, guys. But now he needs something to protect his gold. Oh, worst case scenario. To have to loop back with that army. What a painful position this is now. Miguel. You know what's interesting is players can sometimes be very tentative in that situation if they're up against a bigger name. Like for example, when Miguel played Doubt, okay? He would have never moved out there. But I think, and Doubt might have done the same thing as Saymyname too, so the opportunity could have been there, but he probably would have waited. That's my take on the situation. It is tricky, obviously, but to run forward right before your upgrades when there's an army out there that counters you, it's pretty bold. University for Miguel at home, as he's thinking about getting ballistics. He now will feel a little more comfortable to make the knights, because he knows his opponent doesn't have the camels, or the gold to make camels. Also sees that there's a lead skirm here. So, obvious concerns on how to deal with that, so he mixes in the knights, makes sense. Miguel maybe backing away until he gets a few more. 46 eco versus 50. It's a close game, guys. 67 pop versus 60. And overall, Saymyname, I think if he had slightly better scouting, would be fine with the golds. He does have a gold more towards the north. I'm surprised he didn't run out there with a town center yet. He will have the resources for that. Town centering this gold feels like something in his near future. It is a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous game to play. Trying to stick with this gold. But he does have the skirms. Also, so smart. Since the crossbows are going to be what does damage to the knights, he has the crossbows behind. He doesn't want any of his crossbows to be lost. Skirms on front, crossbow behind, and there you go. TC on the gold. I was wrong. Miguel is adding fish traps, by the way. Does not have horse color yet for any of his farms, and doesn't have the luxury of having cheap villas like the Hindustanis do. So, Saymyname has stabilized here. I think Miguel will be disappointed to see this town center go up. If this town center goes up, it gets really awkward for Miguel to run through and do damage in this area. Town center's on the way. Ballistics is in. So he will go in here with the crossbows. And he will just try and deny the TC. He kills a few villagers. In the end, though, could lose some crossbows. Could lose his knights. Not a bad fight for Miguel, though. A lot more red bodies on the ground. 57 eco for him. And it is 52 for Saymyname. I mean, pushing this area is not a bad thing, right? Can't help but feel like a castle right here for either player will be huge. There's a lot of villagers on stone for Saymyname. And I take that back, actually. I meant to say Miguel. He's got 12 on stone now. Also, hello, Pedro. Yes, it's looking good for your boy Miguel right now. But this TC... Oh, what have you done? What have you done? You jinxed him. Honestly, the crossbows are a blessing here because it delayed the TC going up. Or getting denied. And, oh, jeez. Oh, man, that town center. So Miguel has used this middle passage to his benefit at times, but that's painful. And he must be feeling like he can't do damage to any of Saymyname's resources because of where the town centers are. Saymyname will love that. He knows he's on 3 town centers. The total KD is 30 to 26. It's a close game. Also, with Elite Skirm being out, if there's not any knights here, this is a very good fight for Saymyname. Oh, but Miguel killed 4 vills on the gold. Wow. Talk about finding an area to do damage. Not something Saymyname expected in that moment. Still, overall, not bad for Saymyname. It feels like if he gets a castle here, and also what he can make out of the castle would be strong. Could always be in a good position. Miguel with ballistic, so he'll want to kill as much as possible. Anytime he sees a unit, he'll dive. Good kills. No siege for either player yet, but we have the siege workshops on the way. Man, this must be so frustrating for Miguel. Again, the focus on Atacama is usually wood, guys. Saved a few knights. We'll loop this in. Saymyname hasn't seen knights in a while, so now he backs away. Dang, this is a great game. This is an amazing game. And, oh, knights and crossbows push this back so Miguel can complete the town center. And Miguel wants to drop the castle now. It's going to be so close, man. This army got cleaned up as well. I don't know about this. But Saymyname can't afford his own right now. And the good thing for Miguel is he's sending a lot of villagers. But, oh, God. The skirms are going to come over. The villagers are going to make a tower. I don't know about this, Miguel. Why not place it more defensive to protect your town center? At this point, it feels like the game is won or lost, depending on this castle, right? If the castle goes up, it's likely it will kill villagers. So losing villagers isn't the end of the world. You just need the castle to go up. And Miguel says, my castle's going up. I will send my whole town if I have to. And watch this. As he garrisons, everything has to flee. Everything. With Bodcanero and Ballistics being in already, that castle has been worth it. And now Miguel, smart move, immediately will make an outpost on this side. So he just wants to know if this area of his wood is now in jeopardy. Sad thing for Saymyname is, this opens up a new avenue for attack. Yes, he's got a town center, but this area needs to be protected now. And so if I were him, I would think about dropping a castle there. I think it's more difficult for Saymyname to counterattack Miguel now. 69 kills for Miguel. Saymyname still with okay economy. 72 villagers for both. Also, Miguel doesn't have much army. So this crossbow army, if he can move forward with it, can do some damage. Now, this is annoying. Miguel knows that villagers can't really hop inside the TC conveniently. And, yeah, they have to, but the TC's getting shot by the castle. It's not really fun. 40 on wood for Miguel. Like, this guy has too much on wood. He needs more farmers. He's clearly focused with his military micro, as you can see there. But I don't know, man. His eco is not really doing it for me right now. And I could see Saymyname bringing this one back with his economy. Sure, some of it's awkward, but he's got gold, he's got stone. And, oh, no way. He's going to go this way. He wants to drop a castle on Miguel's wood line. He's also researching handcart from that TC, which is kind of funny. Now, does he place it here, or does he place it here, or does he place it here? Does he know about the siege workshop? Oh, he doesn't. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh. The thing is, Miguel, I think, is going to make siege from the front because he's expecting the castle would go up here, and then he needs to pressure here. The last place Miguel is expecting a castle is here. And I think Saymyname needs to do the same thing Miguel did and just YOLO this bad boy. Just YOLO it down. Go for it. Miguel should make siege right now. Right now. There he goes. Oh, God. Now, look. Oh, now Miguel says, oh, that's a great idea. I really like that idea. Thought you were going to have a castle here. Glad you don't. And this is the risk. This is the risk. So this castle will go up. This is an amazing castle. There's gold. There's wood. There's stone. And then this castle is going to go up. And this is also an amazing castle. What? Who can control the chaos the best? Yikes. Okay, we do have skirms from Miguel. This will be helpful. That and a tower. Every little thing adds up there. Gulams, though, can dominate that. I wouldn't say the Gabetto, the unique unit, is that great for the Malians in this situation. Could see a TC go down for Saymyname, but it will be 2 TCs going down for Miguel. I guess Miguel still has more of the wood control in the middle, which is probably the big separator right now, because he can kind of take wood anywhere he pleases. For Saymyname, though, he could actually take wood here, so this lumber camp's a little off. He just bought stone for another castle. And I think he's going to place it here. What in the world? This game is ridiculous. Here he goes with a long journey with these villas. Oh, God. Well, that's not the spot. He doesn't know there's houses there. That's not the spot. But I like the idea. I would just place it right next to this. Nope, you can't do that. Find a spot you can actually build it. and be quick about it. Okay, sure. That's perfect. Oh, my God. This is hilarious, man. I still have to give Miguel a really big edge. Because Miguel's economy seems more intact, but... for how long, man? Wow, that castle's so good. What's yours is mine. What's mine is yours. Man, these guys are so kind to each other. Just sharing all their resources with the other. This is insane. Look at the castles. But again, Miguel has more wood. So I don't know what that brings him. Ideally, it's going to be farms, I guess, and buildings. He's actually going to struggle for gold, though. He could barely take this gold, but he can take it. Saymyname just can't take wood. Actually, these towers from Miguel are so well thought out. Yeah, guard tower is such an amazing play. Guard tower might actually be the difference maker here. Because he sees these villas are stranded for wood. And if he wanted to, he could also guard tower here, I guess. Which would still keep Saymyname off of wood. This is his wood income right now. More army for Miguel. More wood control. Generally the focus on this map. And Saymyname is just desperate. It doesn't seem like he has anything. And we might see the GG called. Because of how bad this looks for his economy. The Knights and the Skirms find some damage. Miguel, I guess he could find gold as well if he really needs it. Or maybe even sell wood. Yep, another guard tower there. Also, love this. Stand ground. Boom. Just sit the wood. Just camp it. Yep, just camping those resources, whether it's with towers or with army. Dropping a TC on this gold, so he will have gold secured. Also, selling wood for gold. Not bad. Not bad at all. Seems like he's gearing up to maybe ram this castle down. Could always ram this castle down, too. There's only villagers in there. Never a good sign if you do not have wood on Atacama. That said, I agree with the move from Saymyname to drop castles. I mean, all the castles I think have actually been really good. If anything... Okay, yeah, that seems like a perfect spot for a town center. Hey, you can even take Miguel's farms. He placed them for you. Yeah, if anything, I think that all the castles were perfect. But just that the response to the castles have been a little bit better for Miguel. Like the guard tower play again was an epic choice. But yeah, okay, Saymyname's just going to town center that gold. Says thank you very much. The guy's actually had a ton of gold and actually has more villagers right now. So who knows what's happening? Also, the Rams against Gulams will not fare too well. Is this game winnable for Saymyname? And he's going to make a tower now. Miguel was camping this gold, but didn't find this one. 32 on food for Miguel, so he's expanding his farming eco in different areas. I feel like this is an area he needed to clear. There's just not a lot here besides some siege. He's tried a couple times, and everything always got taken out. But yeah. There you go. He's going to run in with knights and take out this siege, drop a guard tower. Oh, big moment. Okay, Saymyname. If you have any chance, you need to stop this. Any chance you need to stop this. He's probably not looking. Those 4 Rams, if they take out this castle, this game is over. This is fine. This is good. Guard tower from Miguel, though. Really smart. Okay, he hops out with the Gulams. He'll repair. He should be fine. But this is still really bad as he drops a TC. And honestly, Miguel, just make a castle at this point. Like, you've nothing to stop you from making a castle here. I feel like a castle would maybe even be better than a guard tower. So Saymyname does defend this. His population is still higher than Miguel's. He has found gold. He has found wood. But there's so many towers around. Meaning he can't take this gold. What's the idle time this game? 6 hours of total idle time. Miguel is just going to freely drop towers because the army's not really in the spots it needs to be. Here comes some Gulams. Actually, might need to see murder holes for Miguel here because you don't want to start losing towers like this. Murder holes! Murder holes won't save that tower, though, which will mean Saymyname can actually take some wood and some gold. That's huge. Yeah, that's huge. Miguel going to add another one? That could lead to him losing Vils. He's ramming down this TC right now. This game is so messy. This game is so messy. And then now finally Saymayname's like, yes! Funny thing is, you could actually steal Miguel's farms, too. That's worth it. But as he gains one area, he loses another. Oh, my God. And, yeah, I think this area being denied is still really important. It's actually, the safest area is right here. And now it's getting raided a little bit. But this area for Miguel, and then this area, he needs to use his wood to add farms there. But good luck when you're doing everything else. Siege Workshop. He's got this TC completely surrounded. He can actually conveniently tower this area now, though, because Saymyname's got so much military. He would have to bring knights over. I think he's got the knights here, so we can make a tower here, maybe. Okay, yep. Okay, he maybe has been thinking, like, Saymyname is dead for a while, and he couldn't figure out how the guy hasn't resigned. Now he sees this area of his eco, and he figures it out. And that tower will not go up. But what Miguel could do now is tower this area. So he will see this army, and he'll say, okay, I'll take the other side. Meanwhile, trying to ram this down. I don't see how you can stop this from being rammed down either if you're Saymyname. These villagers are dying. Here you've got a good raid. Miguel not reacting right away. He's trying to loop around with the knights to get there. It's not pretty. But this is so much worse for Saymyname. The castle fire will obviously help. Murder holes is in as well. This tower goes up now. With murder holes being in, there's not a lot you can do about it. Miguel's selling wood. Getting rid of wood. He's still losing vills, though. I don't know. Like, Saymyname, actually, if these villagers want to keep their lives, they have to just be inside the town center. I don't think they can ever make it anywhere. Where are you going to go? It's kind of funny that there's 2 monks in there just waiting to do something in this game. Like, they're ever going to make it to a relic. Maybe. Also, crazy to me that Saymyname ended up, as he didn't fully wall in the tower, sadly. You can build through the corners, but... Wait, can you not build through the corners? Oh, apparently you can't build through the corners anymore. Miguel thinks that's building. I think he's doing something else right now. Yeah, Saymyname is, like, somehow still in this game. We had 20-something on food. A lot of that was over here, though, and the knights show up to deny this tower. And this tower for Miguel might end up completing after all. It will probably be on fire by the time it completes, if it completes. And getting it up and garrisoning here would be huge. Nope. Nope, denied. What do you even do? Like, what I do in this game is I use my select all TC hotkey to produce villagers in the mid game. I would be doing that, but half of my new villagers would just go die. You have to be really particular about where you send your vills. This is the only area you could really send them. But yeah, the guard tower is up, and this game is over, guys. Miguel's going to win this one. Also, he can ram down this area now. There's no army here. I mean, he could make a couple gulams, but that's not going to be possible for very long. This area of his eco is exposed. Some huge victories here for Miguel, who, remember, lost 3-0 to Doubt yesterday, and Doubt beat Saymyname 2-1. So if you don't get wins against Doubt, but you beat the player that Doubt only beat 2-1, 3-0, bumps up your standings. 112 villagers. I can't wait to look at the total villagers created in this game. I imagine it's really high for Saymyname. He's lost so many, but he doesn't want to call it quits here, guys. Again, I don't see how he does it. He will make a gulam or two. He will keep this up. Miguel should maybe stop trickle ramming. He should wait. It seems like he's got 6 somewhere. One of his many siege workshops. I don't even... I guess, no, he's just got rams in so many different spots. That's what it is. They're just in different areas of the map. Guild nets! Guild nets! For his fish traps. I guess he just added more. That is actually quite smart, because that's the safest food eco you're going to have. But it's funny to me to see gill nets at this stage in this type of a game. Yeah, he's got rams in different area codes indeed. He's at the limit. He's losing control. Pretty soon he's going to have 3 TCs. They're all separated from each other. Miguel can pick his spots. This area could be hit soon. This area is the safest, I guess. But even there, Miguel has found it. And this is just boosting Miguel's confidence. And it's smashing Saymyname's confidence into the ground, I'm sure. Again, only 1 win leading into game or round 3. Now, he did play the Viper and he did play Doubt. So, in theory, there were some easier sets coming. But as we know, none of them are easy. This minimap is looking more and more blue. It's crazy, but it used to be crazier. Saymyname. I think it's at the point where you are done, my friend, as Miguel clicks up to Weep. Clicks up to Imp. Which TC? Honestly, where... I can't even find his Imp TC. Oh, that one. Okay, forgot about that one. And Saymyname calls the GG. Yeah, Saymyname calls the GG. Holy crap. Well, the play that started it all was when Miguel just went crazy with no military and dropped that castle. And I had mentioned the stone mining earlier to that. Man, what a shame for Saymyname, because he actually had army there. So if he would have just had the stone to drop his own castle, he could have denied it, or at least, you know, he wouldn't have had to end up walking across the map to castle here. Now, I actually love the castle that he placed because it took out 2 town centers from Miguel. But yeah, the stone mining was the key there in that stage. Miguel took advantage of the left pond, played very defensive initially, didn't arrive to castle age at the same time, but just after. Was a crazy back and forth game there. 267 kills, 173 units lost. Excuse me. But yeah, Miguel had... Man, why am I hiccuping? He had more control over the resources for the last 10 to 15 minutes there. But sometimes those games, like if Saymyname places a defensive castle, it's probably just a simpler game and he loses anyways. So sometimes you have to make it messy, and it's very hard to judge those situations. I think the MVP move for Miguel, by the way, was guard tower. That was so good from him. In this instance, when we had that castle from Saymyname, placing some guard towers so Saymyname couldn't take wood was smart. I think he even had 1 or 2 over here. We got to see that faster Malian University operate a lot in this game. Murder holes, ballistics, guard tower. And hard to know those things in the moment, especially when it's not necessarily part of a standard game or a meta game that these pros can get used to sometimes. So GG, excuse me, as we have one more game. And, you know, earlier today, we saw a set where the Viper was up 2-0. He hadn't lost a game the entire event, and then he lost game 3. And we mentioned how important that was going to be for Classic Pro if he could get a win, even though he had already technically lost the series. So same thing, same thinking for Saymyname. He should go for the throat, try and get a victory. If he gets a victory here, and then a good result in the next 2 weeks, might save himself from relegation. So I don't want to see the guy relegated. I'd love to see him get a result. Okay, so it's been an interesting series so far. I mean, game 1 was a banger. Game 2 was also a banger. Don't let the scoreline fool you. Lots of amazing games, lots of back and forth action. And the previous one probably confused people as well, which is always nice. Miguel feeling so good right now. So let me recap in my brain. I do this a lot. Maybe I should stop. He had 2 wins against Classic Pro. And now he's got 2 wins against Saymyname. So worst case for him, he will end round 3 with 4 wins. Would love to have 5, though, I'm sure, as he has some big names to come up against over the next 2 weeks. He's playing as the Persians, a civ that is very strong, a civ that he played with before when he had played Doubt. And then oh, no, he was Malians when he played Doubt, excuse me. And then I think he played this civ when he was up against Classic Pro. It was the only game he lost. But Persian starting with plus 50 wood, plus 50 food means you're going to be in a great spot to get early docks up and add fish. The number may vary a little bit, but you have 8 deep fish in each corner. 225 food. Actually, I don't know if that's considered deep fish, but 225 food times 8 plus the shore fish is pretty strong. Lots more water there than the previous game. And a lot more reasons to expand for wood and whatnot. So similar to the previous game in some ways, but very different also, as you don't have to gravitate towards the middle. Now, Saymyname has won 1 game, and that 1 game was a cross game where he played Byzantines against Doubt. That was Byzantines versus Japanese. And according to Robo, with the pro stats, Byzantines are 2-0 on cross, and Persians are 0-4 on cross. Now, I think where Byzantines can thrive is if they don't get their pond landed, because Persian docks are so strong. Once they dock you, it's hard to get rid of them. So we'll see if that's a strategy Miguel goes for. Saymyname. Oof, a little bit of HP lost to the TC. So, let's look at the maps. Very wallable for Miguel, I've noticed. Very, very wallable. Gold is forward, though, so he'll have to lock that down. For Saymyname, a little more awkward to wall, but still wallable. And I think an easy wall off if he wants to protect his fish. Whereas Miguel, I was thinking he'd wall here, but then his pond can be accessed. And it's unlikely he will ever be able to wall out here. So pros and cons, pros and cons. On one hand, Miguel's berries are very safe, which he'll need later. It's not safe for Saymyname, so just different situations overall. But I think Saymyname had sent his scout forward early to try and deny the dock. And he took a risk, ran into the TC there. And Miguel's going to send his scout forward. Miguel probably has to feel confident after 2 wins, but also has to be mindful of the fact that every win counts. Saymyname, I don't know his mindset at the moment, but he's a lovely player, man. I'm a big fan of the guy. I just feel so bad for his current situation. This is not to say that he can't recover over the next 2 weeks. I'll make a video that'll round that up, but obviously right now I think he is firmly in last place in Group A. I don't remember if there's anyone with 2 wins, but he could potentially tie that person if they exist. No, it's not Viper, not Jordan, not Doubt. Classic Pro. Classic Pro has 3. After a massive win in 1 game against Viper. I know he lost a set. What is 4 Lakes and what is Cross? So, it kind of depends on what version of 4 Lakes. I honestly would have to look at 4 Lakes. But the devs just added 4 Lakes and they made it just like Cross. There are some differences in where the golds are positioned. I believe that our version has golds distributed more fairly. And what we've done is we've done neutral golds as 2 tiles, and we've split them up everywhere. So there's more gold to find. Whereas the latter version, sometimes there's only, I think, 2 extra golds, and sometimes they're in one player's side. The other thing, again, I think this is difficult for me to answer because they have made changes to it, but there used to be so much more fish on 4 Lakes compared to Cross. But I think they made changes. I think if you load up 4 Lakes, I think it's 225 food fish, like salmon instead of the marlin, which have 350 food. So I actually think that they ended up adapting it to what we have here. And, ooh, the Sneakville for Miguel. Where's the scout right now for Saymyname? He was pushing in deer. Now, he is the weaker scout. And I think he's coming over here to double check. But Persian docks with that HP, they are going to live in your pond for all of fuelage, it feels like. This is an amazing spot for Miguel. Just getting that dock up. And guys, half of this is also just having the scout on full HP. If you have a weak scout, you're never going to be able to deny that. He would have had to pull the villager. And I think Saymyname will go 2 docks at home. I think he's changing his whole strat. I think he goes double dock at home. See? Yep, double dock at home. I think it's the right play. Because 1 dock v 1 dock, when the Persian player is up faster, it's going to be a problem for you. And this is going to be a big problem for Saymyname as he loses his scout. Oh, man. Now, the other thing about losing the scout and not having a full HP scout at work is that this repair villager can just move around freely. There's no risk that it's going to die. This might not be the case for Saymayname's villager. Now, I don't think Miguel will actually get the vill kill here. I think it would be a mistake to continue to engage. I'd prefer to always have my scout on full HP and just act like you're going to engage, but he does get some hits in before realizing. Wow, interesting. So Miguel immediately goes for a barrack. So he sees 2 docks, figures his opponent will just be behind but reactive. And so he now goes for the barrack. So he's going to switch into an archer range really fast. And so we'll see what this demo does here. But in theory, I think Saymyname could actually control his pond and then start to lose on land. But you'll notice the way I'm talking about this as we see the demo go in there and boom, one of the fishing ships. The way I'm talking about this, it is Saymyname reacting, Saymyname reacting, Saymyname reacting. And after seeing the demo, it's actually maybe a good move for him to add the barracks as well, and there he goes. There's the range for Miguel, but not that much faster. And we'll see if Miguel will regret not going for double dock on this pond. At the end of the day, Miguel can always use wood to go to the other ponds. He added a fire galley at home, just in case, I guess. He's also checking with his scout now to see if Saymyname is over here. He won't find anything. But yeah, this is pretty weak right now. If Miguel loses this, he'll be disappointed he didn't commit more to this pond. Maybe he could have gone 2 fire galleys and the demo. There's the range for Saymyname. Having Byzantines, guys, gives you a lot of vision because town launch is free. So he shouldn't be surprised. It's easy. And oh my god! Sneakville from Saymyname. Now, what a lot of players will do in Miguel's position is they make a galley. But he chose not to do that. And so, while he'll have a fire galley to defend, he will not deny the dock. And he's not producing out of this dock any longer. And yeah, that is correct. Both civs do have HP bonuses for their docks. Well, I guess more specifically, it's docks and town centers for Persians. And with Byzantines, it's all buildings, but yeah, I mean, I actually think Saymyname can bring this back. This is going to surprise Miguel so much. Especially if he waits for 2 fire galleys, but he might feel like he needs to move out sooner rather than later. Is it worth towering the pond? I would say no, because your gold or your woodline or something's going to be hit by archers at some point, and you might want the tower for that. Usually not worth it. If there is only 1 pond in the map, maybe. But yeah, we'll see what Miguel reacts to first. Very passive with his army. No fletching yet either. So clearly shifting his focus back to water a little bit. Byzantine fires work faster, so Byzantines will always win the 1v1 fight. So the 2 docks in the north have 1 out. And now you see Miguel react to defend here, but he will lose his fire galley. And his fishing ships would have to move towards the fire galley to defend. This villager's just making a house, by the way. This dock just has 1 fire galley. There could be some late castle age times here because of the lack of fish. This pond, though, is really important for Miguel. That is really nice. And the fact that Saymyname can't freely add fish in any of these ponds because he doesn't know how much Miguel's going to commit is also really nice. Dun, 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 dun. Someone said, does anyone know what rank T90 has peaked on the ladder, like, all time? 2K3. So, my all-time, like, rank, it's like I crept into the top 40 for, like, a week, I think. Something like that. 1890, you don't understand what the rules for classification does win sets or only number of games won. Yeah, apparently Robo needs to clarify that, which we're going to have done in the Discord. But it is not... Sets won are used as some type of a tiebreak, but it is games won. Every game matters. And I don't know if that's been fully clarified yet. It needs to be, but thanks for asking. Miguel tried to kill fish. Couldn't find the fish kill. Byzantines can make very cheap skirmishers. So, right now, Miguel is the better focus on the micro. 2 ranges for him, and he's got a lot in queue. Kind of out of everything. Docks producing, ranges producing. Still not fully giving up here. But it looks like he's given up here. Yeah, so I was incorrect with what I said yesterday, by the way. I did make a statement that the head-to-head was the immediate tiebreaker in the event the amount of games won was tied. But it is games won throughout the group, then sets won as a tiebreak, and then it would be head-to-head. And Miguel just had to pause there because things were frozen for him, apparently, but looking really good for him now. I think the double range from Miguel is pretty wise. He does need to be careful, though. Saymyname will click up to Castle Age a little faster. But Saymyname has the resources, clicks up. Will he have the villagers? Because of his 9 military, 6 of that is on water now. Has his fish now. Here Miguel might come back on water. Here Miguel is out of the dock. Oh, no, he will maybe, and he's scouting. Okay, Miguel needs to kill villagers then. Like, Miguel needs to be on these villagers fast. He is not close to clicking up. I'm sure he's going to get the food soon, but he needs to get through into the wood line. And we have house walls now from Saymyname. If Saymyname can just mass enough skirms over the next couple minutes, and then also be in Castle Age, he could be okay. He's walled here. He's walled off on the side, and he will not get through. Very little transitional eco for the players, I've noticed. 3 farms for Saymyname. Miguel's got 1 farm. This has been really aggressive. Lots of production of military, and not so much eco. But Miguel can hit this wood line. I think Saymyname just needs to make new lumber camps, and he'll be fine. These skirmishers, man, there's a lot in there. I think you could jump out and you could fight, but it's too close, and you don't want to give Miguel a good engagement before you're in Castle Age, so I think you just delay. I do not like how Miguel has lost this pond, or could lose this pond. I do like how he's docked over here, but he also doesn't see that Saymyname is over here. At this point, by the way, has lost his other scout. He's added 2 scouts at home. Elite skirm is on the way for Saymyname. And Miguel's probably thinking, this guy's probably got like 5 skirms, right? There's no way he's going to have that many. There's 13 in there. 13 skirms. I don't know if 2 scouts is going to be that much against Elite Skirmisher, or do that much against Elite Skirmisher. T90, what's your favorite alcohol? Alcohol type? Probably Scotch. But it depends on the occasion, you know? Miguel takes a fight that he feels he needs to take to buy himself time. Obviously, out-teched. Loses a lot here. The positive would be that Saymyname had to back away instead of move forward, though. Will we see the water upgrade for Saymyname? It feels worth it because you haven't fully won this pond yet, and you're now contesting in this pond. I think he's struggling to get the food right now, but we will probably see the War Galley upgrade. But he knows that Miguel has a stable out there, so he's concerned that Miguel might go for knights, which Miguel will do, and so he's getting crossbow first. If he had the food, guys, he would go for a stable and make camels, but he doesn't really have the food for it yet. And he hasn't seen the knights just yet, so he's going to opt for crossbow. Yeah, I mean, I don't actually drink White Claws that much anymore. I White Clawed myself out like the first year they were big. But I do like a vodka soda or some type of seltzer if it's a hot, sunny day. But like I said, it depends on the occasion, right? Everything in life depends. You can't avoid it. Okay, Bloodlines is in. That's not bad. And also Miguel, oh, if he kept going this direction, he could have denied the TC, but he doesn't know about that. He's looking for damage, unsure on where to find it. Saymyname could have died within the first 15 minutes here. Did a great job defending himself. Here he falls back. Miguel will lose his army. Saymyname has the lead. It's a good position for him to be in right now. I don't think he'll have any complaints. But I would love to see that War Galley upgrade. Miguel's getting it. I guess this... Oh my god, wait. He could actually lose the dock researching War Galley. Oh, it's being repaired. I didn't see her. Okay. Well, if that's the case, Miguel will probably control this pawn soon. But I do like the transitions to land better for Saymyname. 2 TCs, lots of farms, lots of land, adding a stable, as monks out to get some relics and conversions. Miguel still one town center. Going to go Scorpion and Knight right now, which is probably one of his better options. And Doc will stay up. I don't know if you want to repair this forever, Miguel, unless you're planning on producing out of it. And wow, even this, Saymyname micring this. Wow. Getting repairs in, I mean, that's still really big deal. Forces Miguel to make more things here. And if you lose a knight to a conversion in Miguel's position, all your scorpions are dead. Oh, this is so bad. He knows he's probably going to lose knights, so he just wants to kill the monks. And he only loses one, thankfully for him. But now the scorpions need to go home. And now Miguel's going to add his own monks. He will shoot the knight. He's trying to get his shots off to kill it, and he does. Okay, so that's not bad. Could have been worse. Now, Saymyname knows that there's going to be siege. And he didn't know that before. And now it's 3 scorpions and the knights. Feel like Miguel backed his way into that last win. Saymyname doesn't want to let this one get away. Yeah, I agree with you that Saymyname is in a winnable position right now. He's not super far ahead, but he is ahead. I don't know if he's necessarily been in that position so far in this. Well, no. He was in the position in game 1. He was also in that position against the Viper in the round 1. He even had positions against Doubt in some of the games he lost. This is a great player. But in order to stay up with the best, you have to capitalize, as you said. Can he do it? It's still, like, if you're going to compete on water, it feels very weird to me not to get War Galley. I get that he's spending food on other things. And maybe it's too extreme. But I would say either compete on water with War Galley or just stop making things on water altogether. He's going to show up with camels here and try and surprise Miguel. Miguel does have some monks. Here come the camels. No upgrades. But he does have a large ranged mass behind this. Scorpions are actually not bad against camels. I'm not saying you should make scorpions against camels. But it feels a lot better to make scorpions in Miguel's position than if it were to be knight and crossbow and skirmishers. Miguel also has chain barding armor. And there's a mangonel back there, which gets a massive shot. A lot of these units are weak for Saymyname. Monks will go for conversions. Monk gets hit in the face. Miguel, 20 eco behind. But he has more knights in queue. He has a ram on the way. It'll take forever to get there because of the pathing. But he's putting Saymyname under pressure. The key unit right now for Miguel is the monk. Because he needs to counter the camels. He needs to get conversions. And he needs to heal up those knights. With his upgrades, he'll be okay. But Saymyname is going to drop a castle here. Oh, wait a second. Isn't there a hole? Oh, God. Miguel doesn't see it. He does see it, actually. Wait, he does see it. Oh, boy. That's a lot of villagers building it, but the knights are going to be on the hill. Miguel, he surrounds most of the villagers. The siege. Do they hit the camels or do they hit the vills here? Right now, he's choosing to hit the villagers. Now he's going to hit the army. It is possible that Saymyname can clear this. But, oh, at what cost, man? At what cost? I think Miguel will be okay with this, considering the damage he's done. But at the same time, the camel's clear. The crossbows and skirms are still alive. The castle will go up, and Saymyname still ends up having the lead. This castle was necessary in the end, because otherwise I don't think he would have been able to get a good fight. The only reason he was able to take a good fight was because Miguel focused the villagers with his siege and the villagers with his knights. So there were a lot of moments there where they were both attacking, but they were not attacking each other's armies. Miguel realizes that the camels are only going to get stronger, so he just keeps taking fights before they have more mass and upgrades. Probably don't want to do that, though, if there's monks. Backs away. 75 eco versus 89. It's closer. This is still happening over here. I'm getting so annoyed. I would have also given up on that so long ago. I guess maybe with Byzantines, you don't even need War Galley because of the firing speed. What do I know? Ram went down. Ram's never really contributed much for Miguel. And guys, it is 3 TCs on land for Saymyname and has been for some time. So while the Eco KD's there for Miguel, Saymyname has just been pumping out villagers nonstop. I think he's actually pretty close to deciding on flooding the map with 15 to 20 camels or just going up to the Imperial Age, because Byzantines can kind of choose between those two things. For other civs, it's more expensive to go imp. You have to make military all the time until you have a much bigger economy. Okay, he sees the siege. Backs away to the safety of the castle, getting wheelbarrow now. There's still some action over here. And then you've got the continuous focus on this, but Miguel doesn't have anything to repair his dock. I don't understand why he's making knights versus camels. Persians get camels too. Yeah, a little stubborn, right? But it's tough. I think if you make camels, I don't know, like you can't switch pikemen, and Saymyname can. If you make camels, I guess your camels are a little stronger, but then he has crossbows, so you're not going to fare too well. It just, Miguel is very all in on one composition. He needs it to work because he does not believe, and I don't believe, that Persians really have the flexibility of Byzantines. And I think that's why Saymyname has just fallen back here. He's just like, well, I could try and take a fight, but why force it until I know I'm sure? And the score at the very least tells him he's ahead right now. I don't know. Like, I think there's a reason Byzantines have such a good win rate. They can compete on water, and the cheaper Imperial Age combined with the cheap skirmishers, cheap camels, and all the other options they have is just very strong. Saymyname was one of those players that had a win with Byzantines before. It was his only win in the entire event so far. And here we see the fight. Chain Barding armor's in. Do you really want to be taking engagement with knights? If you're taking engagement with knights, you'd want to have the hill, and you'd want to have more upgrades. And you do have both of those things if you're Miguel. But just as we all expected, now that Chain Barding's in for Saymyname, and he's got all these monks, he pushes this right back. And Saymyname clicks up to the Imperial Age. Can he get an all-important victory here up against Miguel to keep himself fighting in the league? I think it's at that point now. With the way that other players are shaping up, it's definitely at that point where I think I should be saying it keeps him alive to get a win here. Who's he play again? He plays Jordan. He played Dow. He plays Jordan. He plays Classic Pro. Forward castle now, which will secure more stones for more castles. How on earth do you stop this? Imperial Age in, camels out. I don't know what else you make right now if you're Miguel. And remember, the position for Miguel in early Feudal Age was so good. I think he thought he would do enough on water from one dock, and he didn't fully commit to it. Amazing recovery from Saymyname, though, who had to defend on land. who was able to eventually clear out the fishing ships from Miguel. Eventually cleared out this from Miguel so he can fish a little bit. More than anything, just focused on his land eco. His land eco is incredible. 53 on food. He will arrive to imp with resources to go imp again. Not that you can do that. Coffee 90, I agree. Saymyname has played well enough to earn a victory here. Will he get it? It's the question. Has the lead in every category. I think what you would want against camels if you're Miguel in a normal game is you would want to have halbs. But your opponent has cataphracts that can come out of castles. He has ranged units that are great against halbs. You're just one step behind if you're Miguel. I think you have to try halb. And I think you go halb cavalier and hope that Saymyname doesn't mix in more ranged units. Because the biggest threat right now is those camels, right? Some upgrades coming in for Miguel and for Saymyname. Saymyname will surely try and push this castle down. He knows it's there. Here he is. First treb will be on the way. Heavy camel will complete 90 seconds. For Miguel, he's later to imp. He's very open, exposed to raids. And he kind of has to send everything he has to do with this. I think Miguel thinks his game is over right now. And so he's just going to try and pull Saymyname out of position. I don't mind it. See how Saymayname's coming back? This is actually a good decision. Because otherwise, everything just runs right into your base and you don't have the answers yet. So this is good. This is good. Now this is what you have to deal with. Very smart move from Miguel. If he has any chance, this is because of this move right here. Link villagers, distracting. Maybe even gives him an opportunity to snipe some trebs. I do like how Saymyname is not going forward with, going home with everything, and he's going forward with some camels. But now the vill count is evened out a little bit. Obviously, the at what cost conversation needs to be happening because it's not like Miguel is fine right now, and that was his main army that he invested so much into. Byzantine army is so cheap. And Saymyname is a 200 pop. He just lost eco. And just popped up again like it's nothing. Miguel, let's see. Does he hit the treb or the mangonel? That's funny. And Saymyname just doesn't even care. Saymyname drops a castle right beneath trebuchets. He says, I can build this faster than you can destroy me. Camels did get some damage in. Miguel still doesn't have the gold for halb right now. He does have plenty of pikes in queue. And he has good upgrades too, but he has no momentum. He has to probably defend this castle and take both these castles up to have a chance. And the camels just swoop right in to take care of this. Potentially an expensive loss. Losing a lot of camels here, but with this economy, it should be Saymyname's game. He's actually clearing up the pikemen right now. Who cares about your pikes? Should probably take out the trebuchet. Also probably doing a million other things like getting upgrades and making more trebs. And yep, there's more archer ranges. And now for Miguel, he finally has halb. He can trade well against the camels, but he will lose his castle. And he'll be up against the next unit. And the next unit is going to be Arbalest. Perfect switch if you're expecting the opponent to go halb. Well, still 300 stone. He might take this castle out. We'll see if he's able to keep his castle up right now. I'd like to just see Saymyname raid with the light calf, start to spread out in different areas. And then the siege and the arbs will be part of that main push. At what number does the vill difference? Doesn't matter, because 136 to 124 difference doesn't sound terrible. Well, it's not even... It's about efficiency, and it's about what type of units you're making, the cost of the units. So I would say, with your comparison, 120 to 130 is not that big a deal. Usually the difference is going to be on wood anyways. But if you look at the vill count right now, and you look at how much is on food and how much is on gold, that matters. Saymyname has to be careful not to throw here. And Miguel is still alive. Saymyname is fully popped. He's over booming, guys. He's over booming. Now this matters, but in the wrong way. He's stressed out. And so he's continuing to create vills. I've been there. I've done that. In January, I played in Wandering Warriors Cup. And it was a best of 3. I've told this story before, but whatever. What am I if I don't repeat myself? And it's best of 3, right? So I lose the first game, and I know I'm on the brink of losing. And I was winning game number 2, similar to Say My Name. And I just kept creating vills until I had 170 vills. And it was the same deal. I just was like, where's my military? Where's my resources? What do I do? Don't tell me Miguel's going to bring this back. Don't tell me Miguel's going to bring this back. This is ridiculous. No way. Say My Name needs Arbalest. How Bombard Cannon Treb can push all this back? No way. Also, great job from Miguel. I love the stubbornness. He somehow kept this castle up. I didn't think it was possible. Say My Name's deleted vills or lost vills. I can't tell which. Probably both. He does get his castle up. He's using Trebs. He's missing some of these shots. Say My Name does not have stone income, guys. Miguel with the micro! Miguel will take out the castle! Miguel will take out the castle, and there's Bombard Cannons behind! No way! The Trebs will also get picked off. Now, some Bomber Cannons do as well, so that's good for Say My Name. He's no longer queuing vills, so he seems to have realized. Also, is going for ranged units. I think the important thing for Miguel is taking out the buildings. You start to take out those buildings, the buildings and the Bomber Cannons, suddenly none of this is an issue. Treb goes down. Look at Miguel's queue. The Bombard Cannon micro from Miguel. I can't believe this. But the army count's evening out. More and more skirms, more and more ranged units. Now, Miguel will actually need to make here is stable units. So we can convert the skirms or not convert the skirms. That would be nice, but so we could take out the skirms. But he seems to be thinking the Bombard Cannons are the answer. And always have to hesitate. Like there he's made a knight, but you have to hesitate about making stable units when the opponent can still make camels. And you still would have to get upgrades too. And okay, finally, whew, finally Say My Name holds. I mean, it was really close there for a second. Miguel's eco has been struggling, mainly with gold income. He hasn't had a lot of gold control. For Say My Name, he's got all the gold he would ever need. And he just needed to lose some vills. He's actually adding more. But even still, if he just maintains 50 army, and he's got how many Bomber Cannons? 6? He could push this one right back. But certainly made me sweat a little bit. I'm sure that he will look back at that one and say, he almost threw it. Again, gold here for Say My Name. Gold over here for Say My Name. Stone here for Say My Name. Taking out the town center. And then probably going to get the final castle kill of the game right here. He did lose 2 Bomber Cannons, though. I don't know. I really have been unimpressed with Persians. I understand that the Persian start is good, but I have not been... I have been very underwhelmed by Persians being picked in cross. Now, maybe they're not being played properly, but I think there's things to talk about with Miguel and maybe giving up on water so soon in early feudal age, which I'm sure he'll regret. But I love Byzantines for this map. Byzantines seems sick. You compete on water, but you don't go too crazy with it, and just play into land economy, and then all your cheap units can dominate. This castle is the target right now. Miguel trying to go Cavalier. The guy is focused. He's rebooming. It doesn't feel like he's doing anything. He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot. It's just hard to see because of how much control Say My Name has. And Miguel, with 6 Cavalier, will always just be up against camels. Or not even. You could just add Arbs. Right? There's enough Arbalest out there to deal with some Cavalier. Maybe at Miguel's final push as he brings forward some Siege and Cav and Halbs. That is a Byzantine castle we're staring at for Say My Name, though. And also, this is something that Miguel is going to lose access to. Say My Name will shift all of his focus here. Good. Just needs to snipe the siege. Even just sniping the siege, and then he can have time to mass the army to deal with this. He's at 130 vills now, by the way, so I think maybe he deleted some finally. Kind of working his way over. to this area, which is kind of funny because there's so much exposed economy, but he knows it doesn't really matter. So he just loops over this way. And it does mean Miguel has to respect it and get some big shots here, Miguel. This is very awkward to move through. But I guess all that Saymyname wants to do is, yep, snipe the bomber cannons, which he does. Miguel taps out. Another 2-1 win for Miguel. Should I say another 2-1 win? Yeah, another 2-1 win for Miguel here in T90 Titans League Platinum. But Saymyname closes it out, and he wins on cross. So far, Miguel's losses in these 2-1s have always been on cross. And I think they've been on with Persians as well, actually. I think it was Persians versus Japanese when he lost that one game to Classic Pro. He said afterwards he should have won the last game. And then this game as well, he might look back and say that he had positions, but Saymyname claws one out. And so now with 2 rounds remaining for both players, every win is crucial. The group is looking really close, and I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. Also, Miguel still has to face Viper, right? So Miguel will have to face Viper, and Miguel will have to face Jordan. And it's kind of feeling like that Jordan-Miguel set is going to end up being one of the important deciders on who goes where in the group. And that could affect everybody, obviously. So maybe some questions in the mid-game for Miguel on what he made and how quickly he transitioned his land economy. But to me, guys, he had the dream start with this dock. This here, dream start. But watch how long it takes, small fast forward, for him to think he's going to win this pond and to add the barracks. Now, he does see the second dock, so maybe he decides that that's too much investment for Saymyname. But it's not even that. I think since you have a Persian dock, this is what you do. Pop out with the first fire ship, try and kill a fishing ship, and then just keep a constant queue in this dock and don't eject until you've got like 7 units in there, or at least until you know you're going to explode them. Because the only way that you take out this dock, if you're Saymyname, is if you have fire galleys and you sit here. And this dock has more HP than even this freaking town center here. So I think the mistake was, I'll actually just keep an eye on the dock. So now he starts to go demos because he's like, I'm going to give up. I think that's the incorrect play. 3 demos here is bad move. If that's 3 fires and then a demo, he actually could dominate 1 dock versus 2. And then he's probably in a better position. Also, lovely play from Saymyname, who snuck over to this side. He was able to take out Miguel, and I think, again, another reason Miguel is going to kick himself is if you make a galley here instead of a fire galley, might have been a misclick because he was trying to produce out of this one. You patrolled on the shoreline, and that never happens. It's very uncommon to see a fire galley in the defensive pond before they dock you. If they dock you, you make a fire galley. If they don't, then you make the galley. GG's, though, guys.